Okay, this is our Sabbath study, and we're going to be in Genesis 32. If you all want to turn there in your Bibles, or as it's called in Hebrew, Bereshit 32. We're going to be toward the end. We're going to go to verse. Let's get some context here. Somebody want to start reading, and let's start at the beginning of the chapter. It's not that bad. Who wants to read the first 5 verses?
I will.
Okay.
Jacob also went on his way, and the angels of God met him. When Jacob saw them, he said, "This is the camp of God." So he named that place Mahanaim. Jacob sent messengers ahead of him to his brother Esau in the land of Seir, the country of Edom. He instructed them, "This is what you are to say to my master Esau. Your servant Jacob says, I have been staying with Laban and have remained there till now. I have cattle and donkeys, sheep and goats, men servants and maidservants. Now I am sending this message to my Lord that I may find favor in your eyes."
All right. So, Shauna, can you read the next 5 verses?
The messengers returned to Jacob, saying, "We came to your brother Esau, and furthermore he is coming to meet you, and 400 men are with him." Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people who were with him, and the flocks and the herds and the camels into 2 companies. For he said, "If Esau comes to the one company and attacks it, then the company which is left will escape." Jacob said, "O God of my father Abraham and God of my father Isaac, O Yahweh, who said to me, 'Return to your country and to your relatives, and I will prosper you.' I am unworthy of all the loving kindness and of all the faithfulness which you have shown to your servant, for with my staff only I crossed this Jordan, and now I have become 2 companies."
All right. Miriam.
Deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, and he will come and attack me, and the mothers with the children. For you said, I will surely prosper you, and make your descendants as the sand of the sea, which is too great to be numbered. So he spent the night there. Then he selected from what he had with him a present for his brother Esau, 200 female goats and 20 male goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 milking camels and their colts, 40 cows and 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys and 10 male donkeys.
All right. Ari, are you prepared to read?
No, don't have one.
You can borrow Mommy's Bible.
No, I want you. Where is it? Where is it? It's upstairs. He delivered them into the hand of his servants, every drove by itself, and said to his servants, "Pass on before me and put a space between droves." He commanded the one in front, saying, "When my brother Esau meets and asks you, saying, 'To whom do you belong, and where are you going, and to whom do these animals in front of you belong?' Then you shall say, 'These belong to your servant Jacob. It is a present sent to my lord Esau, and behold, he also is behind us.'"
2 more verses.
Then he commanded also the second and the third and all those who followed the droves, saying, "After this manner you shall speak to Esau when you find him. And you shall say, 'Behold, your servant Jacob also is behind us. For he said, I will appease him with the present that goes before me, and afterward I will see his face, perhaps he will accept me.'"
Okay. So he sent the present over before him, and he lodged that night in the company in the camp. And he rose up that night and took his 2 wives and his 2 women servants and his 11 sons and passed over the ford Yavok. And he took them and sent them over the brook and sent over that he had. And Jacob was left alone, and there he wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. Okay, I want to back up here. Mention here. This word for present. My arm, tam, gam, names. Minha. Okay. This word for present. Minha.
Which verse is that word in?
That's in verse 20. Okay. Present. Okay. Now, in Hebrew, this word means offering. Okay. And it's most commonly used for like a grain offering or a drink offering. Okay. Now, present in English really doesn't have sacrificial connotations, but minha does. Okay. And minha can be used to refer to the daybreak offering and the afternoon offering. Okay, for the continual offering of Israel. Okay, and we'll come back to this point a little bit later. Okay, so we can notice something else in the text. Now let's jump down here to verse 24. And Jacob is left alone, and one wrestled with him till the ascending of dawn. Or literally, King James is a little better. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. Okay, the word for man here is the common, everyday Hebrew word for man. Ish. Okay? Ish means man. Okay, this is going to become important. He wrestled with the man. All right, or struggled. Okay, the word for wrestle is, and here it's a verb. It's vayavek. Okay, so vayavek. Okay, and it means to struggle. Struggle or wrestle. All right. So he's wrestling with this man. Okay, at night. Okay, it says at night here somewhere, right? Or until the breaking of the day. Now, the words the breaking of the day, those are also important. Literally, that means until the ascending of dawn, or the going up. Okay. Let's write our words over here. Okay, the word for dawn here is shachar. Okay, we'll put our other word here, minha. Like that. Okay, and the word for ascending is alot. Alot. Okay. Literally means going up. Going up of the dawn, the rising of the dawn. ascending. Okay, and this means offering. And this means dawn. Okay, now the Hebrew word shachar, the Hebrew word for black is shachor, black. So this means the very earliest dawn. If you think in the east, okay, when the sun is rising, it first shows some streaks of red in the east. This is what this dawn is. All right. So he wrestled with him all night until the going up of the dawn. Okay.
That's Jacob, and that's the man right there.
All right.
The man that's wrestling with Jacob.
Vayar kilo, yaho lo. Okay, so he saw that he was not able to overcome him. Okay, or he did not have the ability of him, referring to Jacob here. Lo. Okay, literally, in this case, of him. He did not get the better of him, or he did not have the ability of him. The word ability, well, the man who was wrestling with Jacob wasn't able to overcome him, okay? Literally the Hebrew, Yahol, okay? Could not prevail over him. I like the train ability, or okay, so this person who's called an Ish, man, has a limitation. Apparently the form of the man, apparently he took a form of an average man, but apparently Jacob proved to be stronger. Okay. Now, why would Jacob be stronger? Why would he be so strong?
He was a farmer.
Well, not just a farmer. He was a sheep and goat person. Okay, and I happen to work with a sheep and goat person on a farm, and no one is stronger than a young man that works with sheep and goats. I don't know why, but they have to do a lot of work. It makes them strong. Okay? Alright, so this is going to be important. This person is in the form of a man. Okay? And until dawn, or until the going up of the dawn, the ascending, Jacob is wrestling with him. Okay? Okay, and then he touched him, Bakaf Yarecho. Okay? The word kaf means palm. Okay? And you could say the palm of the hand, kaf yad. Okay? Actually, the whole in Hebrew, the whole arm is the hand. Okay? So we could say, but to specify what we call hand in English, we have to say kaf hand, the palm of the hand. Okay, the same thing with the leg. In Hebrew, the whole thing from the foot up to here is called the leg. If you want to specify what we call foot, you have to say the kaf regel, or the palm of the foot. Okay, and then if you say the thigh, the word for thigh is yerek. Okay, yerek. To say the palm of the thigh is to say this part of the leg right here, where the joint comes together. Okay. Right behind your knee, right back there. So that's where this man touched him. Okay. And
Ow.
and it was put out of joint as he wrestled with him. Okay. So normally Okay, so what's going on here? How does this person who's called a man get the better of Jacob?
He cheats.
Okay. How did he cheat?
He dislocated his leg
Right.
socket.
Uh-huh. And can normal people do that?
No.
Right. Can just any old wrestler cheat that way and say, oh, I can disable my opponent by touching them?
No.
No. Okay, so there's something else going on here. Cheated.
Maybe a wrestler could.
Okay, now, what was Jacob's favorite way of getting out of trouble?
Cheating.
Cheating, right. Jacob loved to cheat. Okay. So the Ish is dishing some of Jacob's own medicine out to him. Okay, but we're going to find out that even with the cheat, you can't get away from Jacob. Because Jacob's probably there holding on to him. Arms pinned like this, but probably dragging his leg at the same time. But
Ow.
okay. Okay, let's go to the next verse here. Okay, and this person says, Vayomer shalcheni. Okay, he says, and send me away. Okay. Ki Allah hashachar. For goes up the dawn. The dawn is rising. Okay. All right. Now, the question is why is the Ish concerned that the wrestling match should be all done before daylight comes along?
He didn't want Jacob to see who he was.
That seems to be a pretty good deduction that we can get from this reason. Didn't want Jacob to see who he was. Okay. Vayomer lo eshalech cha ki'im barach tani. Okay. So he's telling him, I won't let you go unless you bless me. Okay. So even though it was almost dawn, it seems that Jacob was catching on that this person was more than an ordinary person.
Obviously.
Okay.
He cheated on him.
All right, he
illegally,
cheated on him.
in an
and-
unnatural way.
Okay. And okay, so this Ish, this person says, Vayomer Elai Mal Shemecha, and he said to him, what is your name? Okay. Vayomer Yaakov. Okay, which means he grasps. Okay, or he holds. It could also mean supplanter. But remember that Jacob, when he was born second, and he was holding the heel of Esau when he came out. He had his hand around Esau's hand.